Why we need ethics in business? It's very simple, because we want our businesses to be profitable. And I believe that there's a sort of lose-all, not win-win and win-all, but a lose-all scenario when we abandon ethics in business. And of course, the question always remains, are there free riders who don't play by the rules and who can gain additional advantage for themselves? Yeah, maybe in the short-term setting, but as long as we take a little bit broader view, we will see that that is really not so profitable. And obviously, regulation and also awareness, self-regulation has a big role to play in there. So, and obviously, it's not enough to say others are unfair. Like we hear this a lot now, that everybody's very unfair to the United States. It's not, it needs some factual basis as well. So that is maybe another aspect that we should consider. We should base our assessment of reality on facts, if possible. And by the way, that is already the first step to becoming ethical, because when you think about it, business and project management, in the more narrow sense, but business in general and business leadership really consists of decisions, right? So decision making and the science of decision making, which is very well researched and very developed, is at the core of ethical behavior. Because typically, as a manager or as a project manager, but also as a business leader, you have certain choices you can make, right? And the question is, which way do you go? You make a decision, and then you will notice, if you take an ethical analysis of those decisions, you will find out they're all bad. They're all bad decisions. There's always somebody who's losing. They're not satisfactory from an ethical point of view. We don't live in an ideal world where we can always make the perfect decision that makes everyone happy. So you will have to do a trade-off. And we all know that in economics, trade-offs is the name of the game. That's how we analyze most things. And of course, in business decisions as well. And now it turns out that the most ethical decisions are those where you do this weighing of options, where you spend a lot of time and a lot of care doing it. The worst decisions, which means the worst business decisions that actually destroy value, and also they're at the same time the worst decisions in an ethical sense, are those decisions that are not very much deliberated, that are maybe emotional, that are maybe done on the spur of the moment or without proper analysis. And many managers, many business leaders make decisions that way. It's just a fact. This really reminds me of the most impressive sentence I have heard in my business education at the business school, because the dean of INSEAD, basically it was the opening ceremony, and it was the very first sentence I heard. And that was the sentence that impressed me most. And he said, "There is nothing in the world that destroys more value than sloppy thinking."
Okay.
And that's why you business school students are here, because we're going to try to fix that to a certain extent and stop the sloppy thinking part, and make you, equip you with the tools to have this proper analysis. But if you think of it, if you think it further, you notice that proper decision making and the proper analysis that precedes it, of course, is the very basis of an ethical decision.